Chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. Position of floral parts on thalamus. You have already studied thalamus is the swollen upper part of the peduncle or pedicel. Okay. In a flower, you can see the pedicel goes up and become cup-shaped structure called a thalamus. It can be cup-shaped, it can be swollen like this as well. So anyhow, the thalamus is the upper part of the pedicel. Pedicel. This is thalamus. Now, based on the position of the thalamus, position of the floral whorls on thalamus, there are three types of flowers. Hypogynous flower. First I am making hypogynous. Hypogynous. Hypo means superior. Hypo means superior. What is superior? Yes, superior is the ovary. Ovary is superior. And other floral whorls come out from below the ovary or gynoecium. So ovary or gynoecium is superior. That one you can see in mustard, China rose and brinjal. Okay, mustard, China rose and brinjal. You can see the superior gynoecium. Superior gynoecium. It means that other floral whorls such as sepals and petals start from below the gynoecium. So gynoecium is superior, that is hypogynous. Okay? Now the second one is perigynous. In perigynous, in a perigynous flower, the thalamus become the rim of the thalamus become the rim like structure. You can see the gynoecium is half inferior and half superior. Suppose this is the gynoecium, and along with the gynoecium only the sepals and petals come out. So gynoecium and sepals and petals on the same line. That is, so gynoecium is half inferior, half superior, along with the same position of the sepals and petals. So sepals, petals and gynoecium are the same line is called the perigynous. Plum, rose. Okay? Plum and rose. In the third category, epigynous. What is epigynous? Ovary is completely inferior. The thalamus become a cup-like structure, and this cup-like structure completely encircle the thalamus, completely encircle the ovary. Thalamus completely encircle the ovary. Thalamus completely cover the ovary, and sepals and petals are formed from the edge, rim of the. See, this is the thalamus cup. Thalamus. The thalamus completely encircle the ovary, and the calyx and corolla now born from the rim and upper part of the thalamus. Okay, so we can say gynoecium is inferior. Gynoecium is inferior. Gynoecium is inferior. So what is gynoecium is inferior? How this is inferior? The thalamus now become a cup-shaped structure and completely encircle the ovary. Got it? Right. That you can see in the case of guava and cucumber. Guava and cucumber. So hypogynous means superior ovary. Perigynous, neither superior nor inferior. Gynoecium means neither superior nor inferior. Epigynous means gynoecium is inferior. Okay. Now parts of a flower. You can see the parts of a flower we have already studied, like the calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Then the calyx. If the calyx are completely fused, now you see the calyx. You can see the floral diagram, calyx. How many? Here there are 5 sepals in the calyx. If the calyx our sepals are completely fused, then it is called a gamosepalous. If the what? If the sepals or petals are completely fused, it is called gamosepalous or petalous. So what is gamosepalous or petalous? When sepals or petals are completely fused, it is called gamosepalous or gamopetalous. When sepals and petals are free, you can easily take out. Sepals and petals are free. Suppose like this, we can remove. Then it is called polysepalous or polypetalous. So what is gamosepalous or gamopetalous means the sepals or petals are fused, which we cannot individually separate. Whereas polypetalous we can separate them. They are free. So gamo means fused. Sepals and petals are fused. The polypetalous sepals and petals are free. Right? Now the next subtopic is estivation. What is sepals or what is estivation? The mode of arrangement of sepal or petals in a flower with respect to the other sepal or petal. The arrangement of sepals or petals in relation to each other in a flower is called estivation. So what is estivation? Arrangement of sepals or petals to each other in relation to each other. For example, we can say how the sepals are arranged in estivation. First one is called valvate estivation. Valvate estivation, we can say calotropis. What? Calotropis. In valvate estivation, the sepals you can see sepals and petals are not touching each other, they are free. Okay? Sepals or petals do not touch each other, they do not overlap or touch each other, they are free. Such a estivation is called valvate estivation. So what is valvate estivation? When sepals or petals, individual sepal or individual petals do not touch each other, they are free, they do not touch each other. Such estivation is called valvate estivation. Example we can see in calotropis. Now in the next estivation, that one is twisted. T-W-I-S-T-E-D. Twisted estivation. In twisted estivation, China rose. We can say the margin of one sepal or petal is overlapped with the other one. You can see this very clearly. See, the margins of each sepal overlapped with the other sepal or petal. When the margins are overlapping each other, it is called a twisted. Example, China rose. Clear? Right. Now, in the third one, imbricate estivation. The margin may not overlap in a regular manner. For example, you can see here in imbricate estivation. In imbricate estivation, some of the petals or sepals are overlapping. This one is overlapping, and other ones are not overlapping. One or two sepal or petal may be overlapping, and other petals or sepals are not overlapping. Maybe out or inside. Such estivation is called imbricate, cassia. So what is imbricate estivation? In a sepal or petal, sepal or petals are not overlapping in a regular manner. One or two sepal or petal may be overlapping, and the other sepal or petal may not be overlapping. It may be out or inside. Such estivation is called imbricate estivation. Now, vexillary you can see in P. In vexillary you can see there are three different types of okay. In vexillary you can see pea plant, vexillary, Vexillary, vexillary you can see in pea plant. Pea. The uppermost one, that one is completely out. It is called standard petal. STANDARD, standard petal. And the two side ones are called wing petal, wing, which are overlapping. And the lowermost keel petal completely inside. So what is this? In vexillary, example P, we can see three types of petal or sepal, particularly petals. The upper one is a large petal, that is called a standard petal, which are entirely outside. And the side ones are called wing petal, which are overlapping each other. And the lowermost small petal is totally inside. That is called the vexillary in pea plant, we can see. So what you have studied based on the position of floral parts of thalamus, there are three types of flowers: hypogynous, superior ovary, perigynous, neither superior nor inferior, half inferior, half superior gynoecium. Okay. Now epigynous means gynoecium is inferior. Examples are given. Now parts of the flower, you have already studied. There are four parts: calyx, corolla, amblyopsium, gynoecium. This calyx and corolla, calyx consists of sepal, corolla consists of petals. These parts of the flowers may be, you can see, gamosepalous means the sepals are fused or petals are fused, gamopetalous. Now polysepalous or polypetalous, sepals and petals are free, entirely free. Now estivation. What is estivation? Arrangement of sepals or petals in relation with the other sepal or petal. The arrangement of sepals or petals in a flower we can call estivation. Right? There are four types of estivation: valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary. In valvate you can see the sepal or petals do not touch each other. Free, heterotropies. Twisted, sepal or petal and the margin of the sepal or petal are overlapping each other, totally overlapping. Okay, China rose. Imbricate, the overlapping is not a regular manner. Maybe one or two may be overlapping and other two may be in or out. Example, cassia. In vexillary, there are three types of petals or sepals. The upper one is called standard petal, which are totally outside, and the two sides wing petal, which are overlapping, and the lower one is the small petal we call keel petal, which are interior or inside. Such extubation is very rare in the case of leguminous plants. Axillary extubation is found only in the leguminaceae family. That's all. Thank you.